white, make everybody fight. That streets disciple, my rap's a trifle. I shoot slugs for my brain just like Cobain, and everybody wonder what the word is say. 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 I'm really everything I talk about. Really, really. I am back in this beat, and you don't gotta like it, but get on my.
The world going mad over one drug. I'm filling up a bag at the gun club. In the shadow of a nation that it once was. All this false information, I'ma unplug. Young blood, it is not love. Up in Trump thugs. .gov, the man in a high castle in a hot tub. We locked in a pine casket, it's boxed up like plastic surgery. Classic perjury, the way to complete the 5th to the 13th to stop the search me. Controversy, them boys in the Klansman hoods is thirsty, but hey,
I'm really everything I talk about. Really, really. I am back in this beat, and you don't gotta like it, but get on my.
Young blood, it takes another look and feel. Slap that fearmonger at that wheel. Olive branches in the arrow seal. Alternative facts mean a lie and still. Gotta go to ban a whole refugee population from the land they stole. In the name government, rich white men, while the rest be suffering. Run for the lockdown borders, in like Flint ain't got clean water. Dirty politics never come clean. Can y'all believe this 2017?
I'm really everything I talk about. Really, really. I am back in this beat, and you don't gotta like it, but get on my. George Bush don't care about black people. 2017 and Donald Trump is the sequel, so I say what Kanye won't. Wake the up and get the people what they want. Man, it's all love, but the youth is confused. Your music is 2020, but then political views is blurred. I ain't trying to leave your name slurred, cause honestly I idolize you on everything my word. But I gotta say what need be said, cause I ain't with the hat with the colors that's white and red. I know some people wish I act white instead, and say I use my pigment as a manifestation to get ahead. That everything I do it right, to teach the people that they had the power to fight. And now with semi-automatic bullets in the night. So everybody everywhere listen to this fact. Nobody treated equally, especially the black. If you don't get it the first time, bring it back. Now everybody gotta fight for equal rights, cause the richest people in the whole world equal rights. To make it happen, no, we gon' need patience and not violence, giving hospitals more patience now. Don't burn down a mom and pop shop. I'm just as angry another person got shot. Don't be angry at the color of their skin, just be happy that as a people we can begin again. And I'ma tell you what I need right now. I'ma tell you what we all need. I need my people of color. Don't run from Trump, run against them. I'm really everything I talk about. Really, really. I am back in this beat, and you don't gotta like it, but get on my. I'm really everything I talk about. Really, I am back in this beat, and you don't gotta like it, but get on my. Oh, hands up for the 5-0. My cup, 38 talk, I don't give a I don't give a damn. I just wanna live, I just wanna eat, but I gotta do it for the hood, do it for the street.
Dope in the trunk, creeping out the cut, 9 by the gut, never get enough, I don't give a fuck. Stupid motherfucker, move backwards, master the hustle. Something in the duffel for you bastards, grind over chatter. G's on my mind like a packer, only thing that matter, gotta. You in my way, about to spray the A-game, middle of the day, like the shit's okay.
Never had a job, never had an education, only know probation. Never had a job, never had an education. Yeah, I never had a chance in this world. I never had one. No, I never had a chance in this world. I was labeled a bad one.
Yeah. Now send the blacks back to Africa. Build a wall for the Mexican. Send the whites back to Europe. Get a land to the Native American. Take the skyscraper, tear down the casino, print your own paper, and bear down on the gringo. Take the skyscraper, tear down the casino, print your own paper, and bear down on the gringo. Take the skyscraper, tear down the casino, print your own paper, and bear down on the gringo. Everything I talk about, really. I am back in this beat, and you
justice and equality.
education. Now, people want better food to eat. People want better housing. People need money. People need equality. People need understanding. People need freedom. And you better come on. Don't you know you? Come on, give it to them. Give what they want. Better place, better you.
flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me. Woo, woo, woo. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. Yeah, yeah. Stars, when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's
Please welcome to the stage Bernie 2020 campaign manager Faz Shakir.
Hello, everybody. Hey, everyone, we are having a good night, and it's only going to get better. Senator Sanders is going to speak to you all in roughly 30 minutes. We're waiting for a couple more results to come in, and then he'll be out here. But I wanted to say a few words, and then we'll have a special guest say a few words. So hang with me for a moment. I want to thank you for making history. Together, we are building a movement that is making history. You are a part of an unprecedented grassroots movement that has had more individual volunteers and contributions than any campaign in presidential history. I want to thank the staff, our wonderful staff. I want to thank our volunteers and all of our supporters who have put in so many efforts. The numbers of dials that we have made, the numbers of texts that we have made, the numbers of door knocks we have made are in the tens of millions. And there's no other campaign that matches it. So thank you all for all of your hard work and efforts that you put into this campaign. Vermont, you know Bernie Sanders well. You know a few things about him that I have come to know over the course of this campaign. One is a vision for this country that stands unique. It stands apart from all others. It is this desire in him to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves, a desire to fight for those who need the government to give them support, to provide voice to the voiceless. It has been the mission of his life. But more than policy, the things that you know about Bernie Sanders that I feel others do not, is we're talking about an individual who has incredible integrity. When you think about the fact that he has for his life waged grassroots campaigns that do not rely on the powerful and the wealthy to fund them, why does he do that? It's because he believes in a mission to fight for the working class, and he fights it with integrity. He has never compromised, he will never compromise, and that's why he deserves to be our next president of the United States. All right, folks, I want to introduce to you somebody who has been his partner in the cockpit for his entire life, someone who has been traveling the country. And by the way, where she has traveled, we have been doing very well tonight. Someone who is not only one of the top closest advisors to this campaign, close advisor to me, someone who has given us a great deal of support and confidence, gives us on our worst days a sense of optimism that we all need, and somebody who is going to be a wonderful First Lady of the United States, Jane Sanders.
To be here in Vermont. Thank you so much. Do you know what today is? It's Super Tuesday, but it's also the anniversary of the first mayoral win when Bernie won in 1981 on March 3rd. So we thought that was a good omen for this night, and neither of us even considered being anywhere else but here tonight. begin just by saying, thank you, Vermont. You know, our motto is not me, us, and that is indicative of the fact that this is a movement. This isn't just a campaign. Bernie says all the time, it's not just about him. It's not just about winning the presidency. It is about transforming this country. And this movement started right here. I've had the pleasure to go all over the country, and honestly, we were young, long time ago when he won, and you all educated us as to how to listen, how to work with the communities of various communities across the state, whether it's the farmers or the activists or every group that we have. You taught me, at least, that being a community organizer was more important than being a politician. We have so enjoyed being part of the Vermont community, and we've brought that everywhere that we've gone. Just in the last week, I've been to Tennessee, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Utah, California, and I don't know where else. And then Bernie had been to 7 other states in the last week. So we've been going all over this country, bringing your common sense to the rest of the country and meeting people just like you, people who have a vision for the future of America, for it to be what we want it to become, a more inclusive society, a more tolerant society, a more loving, compassionate society. Thank you. But really, honestly, we learned it all here in Vermont. We're thrilled to be celebrating here with you tonight. We have a number of wins under our belts already. And there's a number more to come. But, you know, Bernie talks policy all the time. He talks about ideas and vision for the future. He's an inspirational leader. But I want to tell you what I think Vermonters already know. He is a caring, compassionate man and a fantastic, I want to take this opportunity among my close friends to say that I appreciate him so much as a partner in life, as a father to our children, as a grandfather to our grandchildren, and an inspiration to me. So anyway, I just wanted to come out and say hi and tell you how glad I am to be home. And Bernie will be out soon, okay? I know he has a few things that he's dealing with, but like 14 states, but he'll be here shortly. And thank you again so much from the bottom of our hearts. Bye-bye.
Love is but a song we sing. Feels the way we're
Sometimes I'm right and I can be wrong. My own beliefs are in my song. The butcher, the banker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I
shine, but I can see right through a powdered face on a painted fool. Let me slip through. Why you tryna hold me back? I'm just tryna move up front, little more this, little less of that. Let me come through. I'm tired of being in the back. I'm just tryna move up front, little more this, little less of that, yeah. They tell me I was born to lose, but I made a good thing out of bad news. I don't worry about people in my face. I hit them with the style and grace, and watch the ankles break. Whoa, whoa. I know you wish I would fade away, but I got more to say. Lord, they pray. Ow! Let me slip through. Why you tryna hold me back? I'm just tryna move up front, little more this, little less of that. Let me come through. I'm tired of being in the back. I'm just tryna move up front, little more this, little less of that, yeah. They tell me I was born to lose, but I made a good thing out of bad news. If not tomorrow, maybe in a week. No matter how far off I push it, it needs to find me. I see out from the top of my apartment, all on the screen of my TV, out on the street or in the bedroom, yeah, for all good causes. It surrounds me. We're making
As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? And as I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where I'd strong and who I'd trusted, and where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slip away, just makes me wanna cry. What's so fun about peace, love, and understanding?
train. I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that half of the world is planned for me? I know I love you, and you love to see. But what only water contains a little drop for me. See the sun go down, it's going on down, and the night is deep. Want a little light, but who's gonna save a little light for me? We know the fire waits, unbelievers, all of the sinners the same. Girl, you and I would die, unbelievers bound to the tracks of the train. I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that half of the world is planned for me? I know I love you, and you love to see. But what only water contains a little drop for me. I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that half of the world's planned for me? I know I love you, and you love to see. But what only water contains a little drop for me.
Okay, wait. Back up. Two minutes. Joe, it's on.
I was walking down the street in the town where I was born. I was moving to a beat that I never felt before. So I opened up my eyes and I took a look around. I saw it written across the sky. The revolution starts now. Yeah, the revolution starts now. The revolution starts now. When you rise above the fear, cheer the walls are raining
Cut this out.
down. The revolution starts here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next President of the United States, Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Vermont. You know, it's a funny thing. 31 years ago today, we won the mayoral race in Burlington, Vermont. And we won that race against all of the odds. Everybody said it couldn't be done. And when we began this race for the presidency, everybody said it couldn't be done. But tonight, I tell you with absolute confidence, we are going to win the Democratic nomination. And we are going to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of this country. We are going to win. We are going to defeat Trump because we are putting together an unprecedented grassroots, multi-generational, multiracial movement. It is a movement which speaks to the working families of this country who are sick and tired of working longer hours for low wages and seeing all new income and wealth going to the top 1%. It is a movement which says the United States will have health care for all as a human right. It is a movement that says we will bring major reforms in education, making sure that all of our kids can go to college without coming out in debt. Now, what makes this movement unique is we are taking on the corporate establishment. We are taking on the greed of Wall Street, the greed of the drug companies who charge us the highest prices in the world, the greed of the insurance companies, and given the existential crisis of climate change, we are saying to the fossil fuel industry, their short-term profits are not more important than the future of our country and the world. But we are not only taking on the corporate establishment, we're taking on the political establishment. But we're going to win because the people understand it is our campaign, our movement, which is best positioned to defeat Trump. You cannot beat Trump with the same old kind of politics. What we need is a new politics that brings working class people into our political movement, which brings young people into our political movement, and which in November will create the highest voter turnout in American political history. So we're going to beat Trump because this will become a contrast in ideas. One of us in this race led the opposition to the war in Iraq. You're looking at him. Another candidate voted for the war in Iraq. One of us has spent his entire life fighting against cuts in Social Security, wanting to expand Social Security. Another candidate has been on the floor of the Senate calling for cuts to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and Veterans programs. One of us led the opposition to disastrous trade agreements which cost us millions of good-paying jobs. And that's me. And another candidate voted for disastrous trade agreements. One of us stood up for consumers and said we will not support a disastrous bankruptcy bill. And another candidate represented the credit card companies and voted for that disastrous bill. So here we are. We have two major goals in front of us, and they are directly related. First, we must beat a president who apparently has never read the Constitution of the United States. A president who thinks we should be an autocracy, not a democracy. But second of all, we need a movement and are developing a movement of black, white, Latino, Native American, Asian American, gay and straight. Of people who are making it clear every day they will not tolerate the grotesque level of income and wealth inequality we are experiencing. We will not give tax breaks to billionaires when 500,000 Americans sleep out on the streets. We will not allow 49% of all new income to go to the 1% when half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I don't know what's going to happen later tonight. We're doing well in Texas right now. We won Colorado. And I'm cautiously optimistic that later in the evening, we can win the largest state in this country, the state of California. But no matter what happens, if this campaign, and I don't know what will happen, but if it comes out to be a campaign in which we have one candidate who is standing up for the working class and the middle class, we're going to win that election. And if we have another candidate who has received contributions from at least 60 billionaires, we're going to win that election. And if there is another candidate in the race who is spending hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, we're going to tell him, in America, you cannot buy elections. So I am excited about where we are. We have come a long, long way. And I want to, once again, thank the great state of Vermont and all of the people in the state. Not only for the victory you gave our movement tonight, but for the years and years of love and support you have given me and my family. So Vermont, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you all very much. Let's go on to the White House. Thank you.
It's a good night. It's a good night. And it seems to be getting even better. They don't call Super Tuesday for nothing. By the way, this is my little sister, Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh, no, this is oh, you switched on me. This is my wife, this is my sister. They switched on me. Folks, it's still early, but things are looking awful, awful good. For those who've been knocked down, counted out, left behind, this is your campaign. Just a few days ago, the press and the pundits had declared the campaign dead. And then came South Carolina, and they had something to say about it. And we're told, well, when you got to Super Tuesday, it'd be over. Well, it may be over for the other guy. Tell that to the folks in Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Minnesota, and maybe even Massachusetts. It's too close to call. We're still waiting for Texas and California, a few other small states to come in. But it's looking good. So I'm here to report we are very much alive. And make no mistake about it, this campaign that will send Donald Trump packing, this campaign is taking off. Join us. For those folks, listen, go to JoeBiden.com. Sign up, volunteer, contribute if you can. We need you, we want you, and there's a place for you in this campaign. People are talking about a revolution. We started a movement. We've increased turnout. And the turnout's turned out for us. That can deliver us to a moment where we can do extraordinary things. Look. Our agenda is bold, it's progressive, it's a vision where health care is affordable and available to everybody in America. Where we bring drug prices down under control with no more surprise billing. Access to hospitals in rural areas as well as urban areas. Access to care. A bold vision where we invest billions of dollars to find, and I promise you, cures for cancer, Alzheimer's, and diabetes. Standing up to and beating the NRA and the gun manufacturers. And leading the world to take on the existential threat of climate change. I'm going to start by rejoining an outfit I helped put together, the Paris Climate Accord, and we're going to move it a long way. A country where the quality of education will not depend on your zip code. Where we triple funding for low-income school districts, providing raises for teachers, full-time school for 3, 4, and 5 years old, and increasing exponentially the prospects of their success. Free community college, providing credentials for every job for the 21st century. And significant reduction in the cost of going to college and your student debt. If you volunteer, you pay nothing. Folks, we can do this. And let's get something straight. Wall Street didn't build this country. You built this country. The middle class built this country. And unions built the middle class. In the neighborhoods we come from, the three... Well, let's see. We're going to go. Look. The middle class is getting clobbered. middle class is getting clobbered. Too many people in neighborhoods that Jill and Val and I grew up in. So they're getting hurt. They're badly hurt. And guess what? They're the places where we come from, many of you come from. It's where we were raised. The people, they're the reason why I'm running. There's the reason why I'm a Democrat in the first place. These are people who build our bridges, repair our roads, keep our water safe, who teach our kids. Look, who race into burning buildings to protect other people, who grow our food, build our cars, pick up our garbage, our streets, veterans, dreamers, single moms. And by the way, every dreamer, have hope because I'm coming and you're not going anywhere. And we're going to provide a pathway for 11 million citizens. If the other guy had voted for well, I shouldn't get into that. I won't get going. Look, the iron workers, the steel workers, the boiler makers, the plumbers, the electrical workers, these are the people that have been forgotten. I agree with you, man. Look, the people Trump forgot, the people I will never forget and I will always remember. Folks, that's why we need an economy that rewards work, not just wealth. Reestablishes the middle class, and this time brings everybody along. Everybody. Regardless of their race, their ethnicity, whether their gender, their disability, their economic state. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, every stripe. Look, like we did in South Carolina, like we did across America today, like we'll do on all the way to the White House. Look, that's why I was so proud yesterday being embraced by Amy Klobuchar. We won Minnesota because of Amy Klobuchar. And we're doing well in Texas because of Beto O'Rourke. And that's why I was so proud, so incredibly proud to have Mayor Pete's endorsement as well. There's a man of character, intellect, and courage. And by the way, I was proud to be endorsed by Jim Clyburn. Man, he is something else. Look, our campaign reflects the diversity of this party and this nation. And that's how it should be. Because we need to bring everybody along. Everybody. We want a nominee who will beat Donald Trump. But also keep Nancy Pelosi the Speaker of the House. Win back the United States Senate. If that's what you want, join us. And if you want a nominee who's a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a proud Democrat, an Obama-Biden Democrat, join us. Look, this all starts with the revival of decency and honor and character. Trump has fanned the flames of hate and sought to divide us. He's insulted, demonized, and actually just the way he talks about people. He has not a single sense of empathy. He doesn't have any compassion. No regard for the values that made this country who we are. Not the way you were raised by your moms and dads. He looks at honesty and decency and respect, and he views it as a sign of weakness. He doesn't believe that we're the beacon to the world. He doesn't believe we're all part of something bigger than ourselves. That's why I've said from the moment I announced for this candidacy, we're literally in a battle for the soul of America. Folks, winning means uniting America, not sowing seeds of division and anger and hate. We got to beat Donald Trump, and we will, but we can't become like him. We can't have a never-ending war between the parties. We need a president who can fight, but make no mistake about it, I can fight. But look, we need as badly, someone who can heal. Look, just look what we did when we passed Obamacare, or what President Obama and I did saving the American automobile industry, or what we did to pass the Violence Against Women Act. But it's not enough. This is just a start. We need a president who can heal the country as well. And that is what I will do as your president, I promise you. It's about delivering real results for you, your family, and the community. It's not about me, Jill, or Valerie. It's about you. It's about our families. To paraphrase an English poet, Robert Browning, he said, our reach should exceed our grasp. And my reach does exceed our grasp because there's no doubt in my mind we can grasp whatever we reach for. Ladies and gentlemen, I quoted an English poet, but let me quote a real poet now. An Irish poet, Seamus Heaney, who wrote a poem called The Curatorian. Here's what he says, and I believe this to the bottom of my being. He said, history says, don't hope on this side of the grave, but then, once in a lifetime, the longed-for tidal wave of justice rises up, and hope and history rhyme. We can make hope and history rhyme because of what we're saying. There's nothing we can't do. This is about the future. It's not about the past. It's about our children and our grandchildren. It's about leading this country and leading the world once again. Folks, we just have to remember who we are. My Lord, this is the United States of America. And it's time for America to get back up. And once again, fight for the proposition that we hold these truths to be self-evident. That all men and women are created equal, endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights. We say it so often in school, we don't realize how profound it is. We've never lived up to those words, but until this president, we've never walked away from it. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe with every fiber of my being, that's who we are. So let's get back up. We are a decent, brave, resilient people. We can believe again. But we are better than this moment. We are better than this president. So get back up and take back this country, the United States of America. There's not a single thing we can't do. God bless you, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I think we have the video here, guys. Joe Biden doesn't want to get off stage here, but he was approached from behind by two animal rights activists, one of them whom actually pretty much reached the former vice president before security could jump in while they were handling the first protester that jumped on stage. A second woman jumped on stage, and she had a Let Dairy Die sign in her hands. Dr. Jill Biden, Biden's wife, was among those who was trying to stop the women from getting any further. It's a real lapse in security detail. I had mentioned in one of our earlier reports that we saw Biden's security detail here kind of going around the grounds, making sure this was safe, but clearly there wasn't at least enough security personnel who were behind the former vice president, and so they were able to get up on stage.